Let me share something I've seen one too many times in Ottawa. People fall in love with a stunning infill home. Everything looks perfect on the surface, but less than a year after moving in, the nightmare begins. I'm talking basement flooding, mystery leaks, attic condensation, and all kinds of problems hidden underground and behind walls. And of course, when the owner's trying to get help, the builder is either nowhere to be found or suddenly out of business. So today I want to help you avoid that whole disaster, because truth is, not all infills are created equal and not all builders are as honest or thorough as they should be. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 essential tips to help you buy the right infill in Ottawa, one that protects your wallet, your family, and your sanity. First off, let's get on the same page. What exactly is an infill? Well, in Ottawa, an infill usually means an older home in a central or mature neighborhood that was torn down and a brand new home was built in its place. You'll see 2 main types of infill. Detached, which are standalone homes that are usually 3,000 square feet and up, and attached infills, which are typically 2 semi-detached built on the same lot ranging from roughly 1,500 to 3,000 square feet. So I want to make this very clear. You have to understand that these homes aren't cheap. You're buying into a prime location, usually close to downtown, on bigger lots, often with mature trees and walkable streets, and you're getting new or newer construction with upgrades. Builders are well aware of this, and they often load these homes with fancy finishes because this is where they make the most of their money. But that doesn't mean that the bones of the home are solid, and that brings us to our first big point. Are infills a good investment? And listen, this is not an easy question. The main type of person that would look for an infill is one that prioritizes, like I said, inner city location, access to downtown, neighborhoods that are well established and walkable, because a mature neighborhood with large trees, a mix of old and new, just can't be beat if you compare it to newer developments around the city limits. One of the main points that we bring up when discussing infills with our client is the attached wall. If you can't imagine yourself sharing a wall with your neighbor, then you have to accept that you'll have to make the jump to the higher price tag that comes up with the detached home. So is it a good investment? Well, I understand the price point for these homes definitely make you think twice about pulling the trigger, but given their unique and custom aspect and all the amazing perks that comes with it, for me, it's a big yes. I mean, you've heard this before, right? Real estate is all about location. So for me, a home like this worth every penny, as long as the home is in good condition. Now let's see where you need to look to find those infill homes. Considering factors like great walkability, beautiful tree-lined streets, and a mix of historic charm and new development, here are a few of my favorites neighborhood in Ottawa. So number 1, Westboro and Island Park. This is a great area. It's also the area with the largest amount of infills for a few years already. And I've talked about Westboro extensively on this channel, so check out this video if you want the full breakdown. Number 2, the Glebe and Old Ottawa South. You really cannot get more central than this, right? The Glebe is the closest we have to an entertainment district, and with Dow's Lake, the Rideau River, and Lansdowne Park, it's really hard to beat. I also made a full neighborhood tour that you can watch right here. And lastly, number 3, if you have deeper pockets, New Edinburgh and Lindalia, massive park, historic buildings next to Ottawa River, and literally 5 minutes from downtown. And also quite a few embassies and high-ranking officials live in the area, so definitely not too shabby. These are places with great potential, but just like in any city really, not every street is the same. Some streets are stunning and full of charm, and other might still be going through a transition. So it's important for you to walk the area, talk to the neighbors, and get a good sense of the street you're buying into. Almost forgot, if you are thinking about buying an infill in Ottawa, or any home for that matter, it is so important to go in with your eyes open. So if you got questions, drop them in the comments, send me an email, or better yet, give me a call. I'm happy to chat. All right, let's talk about resale value real quick. If you buy a well-built infill in a desirable neighborhood from a reputable builder, you are setting yourself up for a strong resale value. Ottawa will continue to grow, and the demand for centrally located modern homes is not just gonna go away. But, and this is really important, so listen, the resale value starts with what you buy today. And if your home is plagued with structural issues, sketchy plumbing, or poor insulation, it's going to come back to bite you in the ass later. I was having a conversation recently with one of my clients who's a builder, and he's finishing a modern fourplex in Hintonburg. He is obsessive about the craftsmanship and the quality of his work. He walks the job site daily, checks up on the trade, and makes sure everything meets his standards. And boy, do I wish all builders were like that. But unfortunately, I've seen builders who cut corners every chance they get, cover up important issues, use the cheapest materials they can find, and basically just disappear as soon as the drywall goes up. So the real question becomes, how do you protect yourself and how do you tell the difference? Well, the number one thing, and I know I'm gonna sound biased, but work with an experienced agent who knows the Ottawa infill scene. Doesn't have to be me, just find an agent you like and trust. Because seriously, going straight to the builder without a realtor means that you're stepping into negotiation with an advocate. Builders have their own salespeople and their own interest in mind. They are not going to tell you if the floor plan is awkward, if the neighbor's house floods every spring, or if your back deck will be constant shade. An agent who understands infill construction can guide you through the process, challenge your assumptions, and offer you options. They can also help you spot red flags long before it's too late. And I cannot stress this enough, you are not paying your agent when buying. The builder does, so why would you not take all the help that you can get? Next tip, if you're buying a resale infill, meaning it's a few years old, ask the seller what issue they've had since they moved in. Have they had any warranty claims? Did the builder respond in a timely manner to problems? And were things actually fixed? There might also be warranties still in place for the home, so ask the seller and see if they actually can be transferred to you, because this is not automatic. Number 3, for people in the back, not all builders are equal. You want to look for a builder reputation online. Check their Google, look at their reviews, ask for references, and see their last projects. The best builders in any city are proud of their work, and they have past clients who can't shut up about their product and how happy they are, and they will be happy to show you their home. So don't be afraid to ask all of this from your builder. You are investing a lot of money in their product. It's only fair that you get the full picture and some kind of reassurance that the work is gonna get done properly. And if the builder avoids your questions or gets weird when you ask for referrals, big red flag. Move on, run. Number 4, understand the warranty. In Ontario, infill projects typically fall under the Ontario New Home Warranty Plan Act, or the HONWPA. I don't think people say that, but this is all covered by Tarion, which includes 1-year coverage for general defects in workmanship and materials, 2-year coverage for plumbing, electrical, and mechanical systems, and a 7-year coverage for major structural issues. Always double check that your builder did register the home under Tarion. Ask is there a process about policy for angling problems, how to make a claim if something goes wrong, etc. And don't assume that just because it's new, it's perfect. Building a home is a complex process with a lot of moving parts. Working with a reputable builder usually means you're getting a higher quality home, but even then, it's totally normal to run into a few small issues along the way. Now, I mentioned a higher price point of infills, and I'm fully aware that this is not for everyone. However, you might still be able to get a new construction home, but in a newer development. But with all the different builders out there, you need to know who you can trust. So we've put together a ranking of all the builders in Ottawa, from best to worst, right here.